if the New Orleans are serious about going to a Super Bowl with Drew Brees, they're going to need to stack out that roster. Now, obviously, they're looking for a lot of pass rushers. I mean, Sean Payne himself says they need pass rushers. I think they need depth at middle linebacker. I think they might need a strong safety. I think they need depth at corner. They need a lot of depth on that defensive side of the ball. Because the more depth, the better on defense. That's just usually how it works. I know Chandler Jones is an available free agent. He might be a good guy to go after. Jason Pierre-Paul, I mean, you could go after him, but I don't think he's really going to produce all that well. I know there's some hipster pass rushers in Chris Long, Jabal Sheard. I think those could be interesting. You could re-sign Nick Fairley and try to bring him in, but obviously he's an on and off kind of player. Also, I look at linebacker. There's a lot of aggressive and a lot of fast linebackers in the draft, kind of like that Jonathan Vilma type of middle linebacker that you want there. I think that could definitely be good. Now, when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, people say they don't really need much on offense. I look at Mark Ingram. I'm not a big Mark Ingram fan. I definitely think that they should look at possibly signing Le'Veon Bell. I think he would be a great guy to try to sign with because he will absolutely bolster that offense. Like that offense would be great. But also offensively, this is not the reason why they haven't been to the playoffs and had losing records. It's not because of Darren Sproles or not having him there. It's more about the defensive side of the ball, let's be honest. But on the offensive side of the ball, I look at Bilal Powell. I think he'd be a good third down target, especially in from the Jets. I think he could be a very good receiving back. And obviously, that's their way of driving up and down the field. Because the issue about the Saints is they get buried early on in the game. And partially, even though it's mostly the defense, it's partially the offense at the same time. So Mark Ingram could be a guy that they could possibly trade if they want to just kind of get rid of him. I mean, the Broncos might be interested in him or something like that. So that could be something to look at. But the Saints really need to load up because Drew Brees is not a top five quarterback anymore. He's top 10 easily, but he's not a top five quarterback anymore. So when I look at Drew Brees, he has the same talent around him just as much as Aaron Rodgers. For real, if you think about it, Aaron Rodgers can take them 10-6 to the NFC conference game. Obviously, it was a blowout, but Drew Brees can go 7-9. So that's a big difference. And they have the same talent around them. I'm not kidding you. They both have the Saints have Armstead and Unger. So they have two very good linemen right there. Obviously, they have a talent across the receiving board, and they also don't really have defenses. And they both have offensive mind for coaches. So Drew Brees isn't close to Aaron Rodgers. So they're going to need to put a lot of out of him. I look at Le'Veon Bell. I definitely would go after him. I think he would be a great player. Now, obviously, he's partially on the defense, but they haven't been good. Kachiris Bird has been injured a lot. I think that takes a huge hit. I think they like Devin Brooks or Bray, something like that. I think they like him. I think they want to see him how well he goes. I know they had Keenan Lewis was a very good cornerback a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, but unfortunately he had a really bad injury that kind of took it away from his career. But add depth there at cornerback because you're going to need it. I look at Logan Ryan. He could be possibly available if you want an underneath corner. They might not, so that can be a possibility. I mean, I doubt they want to take in some has-beens because I don't think they want Antonio Camara because they tried it with Brandon Browner, and unfortunately for them, Brandon Browner didn't really work out. And I wouldn't really take a gamble on like a Brent Grimes or anything like that. So they're going to have to look for the draft for some guys. I think that could be something good. But you can also build some depth in the free agency market. I'm not dying there. But it's going to be some small trades like trading for like a player for a 6th-round pick or something. It's not going to really do much. So obviously they get the pass rush. And at least their team's going to go 8-8 or 9-7. So at least you have a chance there. And I look at the Falcons. I think the Falcons do have a chance to be the winners of the division next year, but they also have a chance to really suck. They're one of those 50-50 teams. You just don't know what's going to happen to them. And also, if you look at the Panthers have they could be back right in. I think it's an all mental thing with them. And the Buccaneers were on the brink of making the playoff game. Hell, I think they had their first Sunday night football game in forever. So that's definitely something that the Saints need to do. They need to stack up this roster, stack it up, and maybe you could trade Mark Ingram for a defensive player. And hell, who knows? Aqib Talib might get cut. Darrelle Revis might get cut. Those are some players that you might want to look at and just want to bring in. And those guys can be really nice to fit in your system. So overall, the Saints is you have to stack up the roster around Brees. And it's not like Brees is bad. He's still top 10. He might be like the 6th best quarterback in the league. I would probably put him 7th. But he's still very good. You could run a two tight end set. I think that could be something very interesting where they could try what New England has done. I know a lot of teams are trying to emulate it. I mean, look at the Dolphins. They just traded for Julius Thomas. Now they have um, Cameron Jordan, I believe that's his name, or Jordan Cameron. I get those two guys mixed up. One guy's on the Saints, but they basically have that tight end who used to be on the Browns, and then they have Julius Thomas on the other side. So those are some things you could look at because I know Martellus Bennett's going to be on the market. So I would definitely consider loading up this roster, being aggressive, trading up for picks because that's the issue with the executives up there in the Saints. And Sean Payton's on the hot seat. He definitely is. And overall, you're going to have to be aggressive this offseason if you're serious about taking them to the Super Bowl with Drew Brees.